Okay, buyers, what more do suppliers need to do to differentiate their brands for you? Kelly, I see she's got a comment.
This is hard because there's so many great lines out there, right? I mean, there really are. It's really difficult to look and go, oh, I want you over you. And if it were up to me, I mean, it is, but not. I want to bring in all these lines because they're all so great and I love the story, but we have to find what works for us, but also what works for our team. So I always tell spa directors, if your team's not bought in, as we all know, it's never going to sell. And they're not going to use it and it's going to sit on your shelves. But I think it's learning the history of the brand. So promoting that, but also what does set you aside, because everybody's got eye cream, just to say like, oh, we have vitamin C. You remember a couple of years ago, vitamin C was like the thing. Everyone's like, oh, but ours is encapsulated. And you're like, I'm a spa director. I'm not a scientist. I don't know what all of this means, right? So what sets it aside? I want to know that, but I want to know what the education looks like, how often I'm going to see you, because I want to see you, especially where I'm at now. I get it when it's a smaller market, but for here, I want to see, how often are you going to be in our area? And what does that support look like? What kind of gratis do you get? What does that look like for what we're spending? And how much are you going to help me grow my business? Mm-hmm. Those are the key points for me.
Research. So when you're looking at the 2 lines that I use for skincare, the 3 lines that I have in addition to those 2 we're talking skincare and body. There's so many other products and vendors in this room, but it's an easy example. So 3 for retail. What's important to my team is to make sure that they have the training so that they feel confident to talk about the product, right? We have a savvy consumer, very, very savvy, and their accessibility to that information is, right? So for us, it's important to have the resources and support, not just with the launch, but the help with, I'm a fan of trust but verify. So we go through the training, right? And we just launched this new brand. We actually just launched a hair care brand, for example, in March. And a month later, I'm bringing the vendor back. But it's nice if the vendor can initiate that. If the vendor can have conversations with the team, the sales team, the team that are using it, I don't mind that at all. I will set it up. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure that the team has the knowledge, thus has the confidence to have the conversation with our guests. But having a partnership to where there's that level of trust and understanding of the volume of the business and the time, which we talk about. You all are so busy as well. Mm-hmm. It's not just spa directors that are busy. You are busy. You're making time for us. We need to make time for you. But having your support on the training end and after a launch is crucial to the success.
Well said. I think I want to go further down this road with the training because it's a issue, right? When you're selling into a spa or you're meeting with the director or the retail coordinator, maybe a lead therapist, but there's a whole team behind that needs the same knowledge. And I'm sure the suppliers will say, well, we want to schedule the training, but it's difficult on the buyer side to do that. We have busy treatment rooms. We're open 7 days a week, 24/7, whatever. What is the best way we should be approaching this training challenge? I'll throw that to you, Amy.
I think it's been this past year, I have found that when vendors reach out, whether it's time with me, time with the team, or training, and you can send a link in a very short email, because I have time to read about 1 or 2 lines, but if you can send a link that has access to a calendar, that has times and dates available, and you're making it that easy for me, it has been instrumental. So putting that in an email, even if it's a month, 3-4 months from now, but again, what gets scheduled gets done, but you're giving that information, then I have to find a room if I don't have the space in the spa, block off the team, 2 teams to make sure we're still doing services while some are in training. So there's logistics involved in it. So the advance dates, but also that has been, I've seen an uptick with vendors in the past year using that as an option, and it's been really great.
Yeah, I think when it comes to day of training, we have to, our partners need to understand we can't shut our spa down. I can't pull all of 18 estheticians off my books, right? That's would kill my retail or my revenue. So we need you realistically, I know like a 2 days training for a 1-day training is really what it's going to take for us. Cause I need to either do 4-hour segments so I can have people working and then, but you have to make it work for what works for us also. And I will pull my team off the floor because they need that training. I want them to get it. And we do it very frequently at the cost. It still is a cost, right? I mean, I'm pulling people off the floor, but it's keeping that rhythm. The 4-hour trainings have been working really great for us. So we'll do a training A, training B over 2 days. So it's a full day training, but they're only doing half day each day. I think they're learning. I mean, we know this, I hate to say this new generation because it makes me sound so flippin' old, but they're getting it on little snack sizes. So if we can do 2-hour trainings or 4-hour trainings, they're retaining more. And then the next day they can come back and do another 2 or 4-hour training. It's so much better for them to then put it into practice. We found that's been really successful for us, but we have to plan them out. I mean, we're booked through, I think, February right now. We've got bookings. So for me to try and squeeze in a training, I already know when our trainings with Natura are going to be. I've already got them on our books and we've got them blocked. So we have to know in advance because we just can't pull people off.
No, for sure. I mean, revenue has to be coming in, no matter how much more you'll make. I mean, at the numbers that you're doing. I want to ask one clarifying question about your concept of the bite size is really good. But if I've got 2 teams over 2 days, do I do part A twice on day 1 and part B twice on day 2? Is that?
It depends really on what the content is. We just launched a new facial with a new brand. We're doing a little pop-up with them. They're here today. And we did 2 hours of product knowledge one day, and the next day was 4 hours hands-on. And it was the same. It was group A and group B, both days doing classroom for 2 hours, and then group A and group B doing hands-on. So I think it really is what works for you, but they seem to like it. And they also, then they're not in training. Our staff makes a small hourly wage when they're in training, and they know they're giving up my staff does very well. So they're giving up that commission. So if I can get them back into the treatment room for half a day, they're happy with that too. They're not like, oh, I'm in training for 2 days. Hey, I'm in training for 2 days, but I'm still on the floor for 2 days too. So